Today I am going to introduce you to curry leaves and a few spicy facts with a simple recipe at the end. If you have been following my recipes, you must have noticed that I add a green colored powder called green curry leaves to my curries and dishes. This contains only one ingredient and it brings a nice refreshing flavor to dishes. I remember my parents mentioned more than once that curry leaves are beneficial against so many diseases, so I hopped onto this trusty internet and researched scientific publications to find this out for myself. And to my surprise, there are various scientific publications and reviews on curry leaves. It's been found that they are rich in antioxidants, which make them good at preventing cancer, have antibacterial properties, accelerates wound healing, and the list goes on. Wait a minute, how did they come to such conclusions? In this review, it talks about reducing cholesterol and blood sugar levels. Taking a closer look at the experiments showed that the results were from mice and rats that showed a 34% and a 45% reduction respectively. Human trials showed a reduction of about 10 and 20% of cholesterol and blood sugar levels respectively. Okay, now looking at cancer, a study done on breast cancer cells showed that a 60% inhibition of cancer cells were observed. Wow, now that's a big difference. But we have to take this with a grain of salt. Human cell or animal-based investigations do not mean that curry leaves would have the same effect on the whole human system. But this is definitely a great start, and we are far from replacing modern medication with curry leaves. To make the most of the spices, the processing steps are important to preserve the benefits. When it comes to spices, the most traditional way is by sun drying. I love me a sun-dried tomato. There are other modern methods such as freeze drying, using heat from hot water to accelerate the drying process, as well as simply blowing hot air onto the food to remove moisture. If you're interested, I will place links for you to further read up on the topic, but all in all, processing in lower temperatures will prove to be preserving the nutritional quality of curry leaves. This is why I try to add the green curry leaf powder at the end of my curries to salads and smoothies so that I consume it with the least amount of processing. The spices also age with time, so here's an example of an older batch and a fresh one. You see the color difference? You can also always taste and smell to check for freshness. So besides the curries, curry leaves are a key ingredient in a green soup that is usually served for breakfast. It's called Kolle Kande, literally translated green soup. It consists of many greens that I cannot find in Germany, but I try replicating it with spinach, parsley and curry leaf powder. I grind the spinach and parsley in a blender and add it to a handful of cooked rice in a pot. For more flavor, you can also add onions, garlic, salt and pepper to the rice when it's been cooked. And then I add water and coconut milk. Let it cook on low heat until the soup is hot, about 15 minutes. And at the end, add the green curry leaf powder. Mix well and enjoy it warm. I hope this video was informative and you've learned what curry leaves are. If you would like to hear about exotic vegetables and their benefits, then please leave a comment.